bocce king of the near west suburbs.
All right, all right. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much for
I'm
the introduction of that
telling
one.
I mean, you are welcome. Welcome, buddy, to the
Good
Everyday
to
with
see
Kay
you.
podcast. I'm so excited. And welcome,
Hey,
friends, to Everyday with Kay. I'm your host, Catherine. This is the podcast for the constantly curious community. Let's introduce you
hey.
and say all those things.
So
Guys,
the things. How's it
meet
going,
Ray.
everybody?
Meet
You may know
Ray.
me. Thank
You
you.
may.
Thank you.
You
For
may know
those of you
Ray.
who
This
know
is
me,
Ray.
you may have met me. You may have thought I was another guy on the street. I've got a nephew kind of looks at me. There's another Rosa
True.
running around town here.
Also very true.
It has been confused. We finally met. Turns out we might be cousins somewhere down the line. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying. And you know where it
I
happened? It happened at a local brewery.
It's 100% where it happened. That's
There you
100% where
go.
you know, if you're like, that guy looks familiar, you know him from somebody's shop.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
may have first met him at my shop, but we're going to get to that later.
Sounds
For
good.
now, we're going to start with the very, very good stuff. What are you drinking?
All right. So
You and I are
tonight,
we're beer people. What are you drinking?
absolutely. So tonight I had to go big so that way I don't have to get up too many times. So I stopped over at our favorite spot in Lager with Mr. Keith, had a little conversation with him. And this is their weekly Kinsman. So it is their Manzano Juicy. So what he did was he took these sweet, hot Manzano pears or peppers, I should say. You give me something hot, and I'm all about it. All right. I like
Oh,
heat. I
yeah.
can go all the way up to a ghost chili pepper. I know that's crazy. I'm nuts. But you put it inside the beer, and for some reason, this one
It
works.
it
Right?
brightens it up. I always feel like it brings like a brightness. Peppers and beer
Yes.
really, really work. It
It's
really elevates everything.
absolutely the minute, like, as far as when he poured it yesterday, the nose, like, it was sweet on the nose. I'm like, oh, okay. This is gonna be that sweet and spicy kind of flavor. All right, I can dig it. And the funny part is he asked me, he's like, all right, how hot is hot for you? I'm like, well, how hot is hot for you? Because this conversation I'll have with people, I go, are you like a jalapeno? Or are you like, I can't get past ketchup? Even mustard might be a bit much for some people.
Good
It,
Christ.
it's a true story.
No, you're 100% right. No
You
one's
know what I
taste
mean?
buds are the same.
I grew up with a mom who used to eat jalapeno peppers. Oh, I can smell it already. I have to. Um, my mom used to eat jalapeno peppers like people eat pickles. And oh yeah, she looked at me and she's like, "Well, go ahead and give it a try. See if you think you're ready." So of course, my dumbass said, "Yeah, I'm in." And maybe the first time I wasn't ready. I had to work my way up to it. Today,
As we all do.
right?
I am finding too that the older I get, which sometimes I do not relish chatting about, but the older I get, the spicier I can handle. And like lately, like especially within like the past, well, maybe it's because I just want to hurt myself because we moved to Florida. Um, right? Like maybe I just want to inflict pain upon my own self. We've been going like just spicier and spicier and spicier down here. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe I'm just so used to sweating I can't even tell the difference anymore. This sounds delicious. I want to hear more about this. I'm going to open mine. Um, so I have from Isla Brewing, which is in Isla in the Keys. I have their Channel Marker IPA. I wanted to go really happy today. It's a balanced hop. I mean, it's an India Pale Ale. It's not an APA. So it's going to be beautiful. We have had this in the house for a little bit of time, and it is just, I am excited. I would put my glasses on and read you more things, but that feels like it's going to take a lot of time. So let's just drink a beer, right? I feel
Well,
like
we
that's
drink the
a
beer.
better
You
option.
know, it's funny. I'm glad you're drinking an IPA because I loved the IPAs when they came out, and then it just kind of beat me up, and I just said no, no more.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I started getting that like I got a little itch for it. I gave it a shot,
Right.
and I'm kind of loving them again. I'm really loving them again. Like this one's got that juicy aspect to it,
Right.
so you know what I mean. Just kind of coming to it.
I think
Mm,
the
mm, mm.
swing to and from has been interesting, right? Because like everything is so cyclical, but in beer it seems to go a little bit quicker where like something will hit and then it'll die and then it'll hit again. And we'll almost oversaturate our palates. And then we got to we got to step back and then come back to it with a new appreciation. Be like, all right, well, I burnt myself out, but now
Yep.
I was going to say fresh eyes, but that makes it like with a fresh palate, I'm going to come back and see how we're doing, right? All right, get them up, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers to
Oh,
you.
this is delicious. Cheers, babe. You know what? I've said this so many times. I could stick my face into a hoppy beer and just do nothing but smell it. Candles, I said this about exit all the time. If I could make a candle out of that beer and burn it all the time, I absolutely would.
There's something about that, right? I mean, especially when you've got those hops and you get them right in your face. Or
Hmm.
I'm the same way when it comes to whiskeys too. When I go into like a distillery and I get to the mash,
Yeah.
it's amazing,
I
and
just,
I love
I
to
always get,
smell everything before I eat it.
right. Well, I
It,
mean, you eat with your eyes, you eat with your nose, and then, then start shoveling it in the gullet. But like, do it proper
100%.
style, right? Do it
But
proper.
does anybody ever make fun of you for that?
All the time.
See, yeah, I
All
get
the
made fun
time.
of like,
All the
you
time.
smell your food all the time. I'm like, I've done it since I was a kid. This is how I
I
know what it's
sit
gonna
there and I
taste
do
like.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, I go over like over the stove, like just this hot action.
Exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why else?
How are you gonna
You put
know?
like the
How are you gonna know
sour
otherwise?
yogurt in someone's face, right? You hey, here, smell this. Does it smell bad? Uh,
Right, right.
right?
Taste this. I think it's spoiled.
Taste any
Taste,
soil.
taste this.
Yeah, this
It's
tastes
off.
like
Taste
crap.
it.
Yep, this is
But
terrible.
taste
Here,
it.
have a bite.
That right there is the story of marriage. I think this is bad. Can you please taste this? Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you so much. High fives. Thank you so much.
every single time. Every
Right,
single time.
right.
And
We love
to
Kinslager. I'm
earlier
so
points,
excited.
like
Yeah,
to the earlier points to you, I took the can out earlier, right, to let it have some time to warm up. So those peppers, like the first drink is great because it's crisp and cold. Love that. Took a
sure.
sip right out of the
Totally.
can. I ain't mad about it. But
Totally.
now I've got that pepper in there and it's mixing well. So you get that little, it's barely a burn. It's more like if somebody was to flick you in the ear or something like that.
Is it
Yep.
here?
hmm Yep. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just
See,
lasting there too.
like, this isn't just shit that I make up. There is some actual, like, there's reason to it. I don't just say this every single time I can. Like, let your booze warm up. It just doesn't have to be ice cold, right? We
Method
were
to the madness.
recently, I know, we were recently at Isla Morada. And man, cool tap room, solid beer, which is one of those things that is not super duper common here. I blame a lot of it on the water. I mean, it's the literal swamp.
hmm
Um, and you can only do so much reverse osmosis to clean that water up before using it. Elam Murad is doing some really, really nice stuff. Tap room was so chill. It was so cool. Um, it was just, it was, that was cool. That was cool. We were down in the Keys. Um, and I'll tell you, if you want to experience the un-Florida part of Florida, go to Key West. It's so un-Florida. It's lovely. The un-Florida Florida is what we're calling it from here on out.
See, I could possibly do that because my
Hmm.
sister has moved down there. Her and her husband are retired down in Florida. They're around the Tampa area.
Sure.
And she's like, when are you going to come visit me? I'm like, you just want me
You're
to
like,
bring you to tortillas. She can't get her good El Milagros down there, the corn tortillas.
God,
So
shit,
uh,
not wrong, man.
I know, I know. I keep telling her, I'm like, hey, you keep acting up. I'm not sending you anything for Christmas. So back it up,
Well,
kid.
I mean, you either got to make them yourself, which that's come on, but or when
I'm
I
working
say
on
we
it.
because I say we
Yeah,
because of course I'll be
right.
rejoining the fold. Got that El Milagro up there. Good Lord. Oh, we could do this all day. All right, but next up, you
Sure.
first. How did we meet?
So I was funny. I was kind of trying to figure out like what I remember our first actual talking, but my first memory of exit strategy, which I will always equate you and exit as in one within the same for me.
We're the same person.
It was your mother.
Good Christ. It sure
Your
was.
this was your mother who we were with some friends in Michigan and one of our buddies was looking after his dad's house. And I want to say I can't even tell you what year it was. It was pre that thing that happened into the 20.
Sure.
And we were swimming around by the pool and there was this woman who's sitting there just kind of chilling off to the side. And then all of a sudden she starts to interact with us. What are you guys doing? And we were having races, and of course we're drinking and we're having races in the pool.
As she does.
And there you go. She kind of jumps in, starts talking. So we're BSing back and forth. We're having a good time. And she goes, she's like, so where are you all from? They're like, we're from Chicago. No shit. Okay. I'm like, well, we actually live in Oak Park. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. She's like, you ever heard of exit strategy? I'm like, I am aware of it. Isn't it in Forest Park? She's like, that's exactly where it's at. Look, you go in there. My daughter's there. You tell them Barb says that you're with me. I'm like, sure.
Hmm.
Guys, who's Barb? Who is she? Okay, yeah, we're gonna
Right.
do this.
There's
Right?
zero context sometimes when my mom tells stories. She'll be
None.
like, I'm just Barb, just tell him
None.
that. And you'll be like, what?
Right, but it was the coolest thing. It's like, I don't know, this woman was just sitting there talking to us, we're having a good old time, right? She's like, all right,
Yeah.
these guys are having fun, they're being goofy. What the hell?
Hmm.
We're like, this woman's she's awesome. All right, so we got to go check this place out. So sure enough, we roll in, I think like on a Sunday afternoon or something like that. And I remember, I think one of the first things I had there was Junebug's Revenge. It was like I saw this, and that's why I fell in love with it so quickly, is because that was one of the ones I tried. I'm like, oh, I've had something like that before. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. And I
Hmm.
sat down, and whoever it was that was serving us that day, looks at me. I go, are you Catherine? They're like, no. Okay. So I waited for other people. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, are you Catherine? No. Why are you looking for Cat? Barb told me to say hello. They're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Well, Catherine's not here today, so blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
So then after that, I think we just had, like, I finally caught you behind the bar one day. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
Catherine? You're like, I am. Your mom asked me to come say hello. That's
Hmm.
kind of one way with it. But you were running back and forth. I'm like, all right, this woman's all over the place. She's definitely, yep, she's the captain of this shit.
So my mother, and I'm surprised it's taken 2 episodes for Barb to make an appearance. My mom had and we'll call it endearing habit of meeting people, telling them about the shop, and then following that with like, well, just tell them you're with me. Like, put it on my tab. Tell them you're with me. And I was like, you don't have a tab. I've never started a tab for you. I'm just giving away free beer. Like, what are you doing? You're giving away this shop before I already gave away the shop every Sunday afternoon. Was like, who wants wine? But like, I don't need help doing that, right?
It was the best though, but that was those were some of the best story. Like that was the best story to get my introduction into what became, my people, my community within
Yep.
Oak Park, Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hilarious, and it came full circle when I think it was at a Black Hearts Club night. She was sitting like a couple seats
Yep.
away, and I went up and talked, and we ended up talking for like a good hour or so, just going back and forth about something. She is a riot. Your mom is the genuine article. Loved every minute of the time that I've spent with her.
She
She's a crack
is
up,
something.
right?
Yep.
So, hey, our moms are what they are sometimes. My
Our
mom
mom, our moms are
our
what they
moms are
are.
what they are sometimes. My dad
And,
was the one who would do what your mom would do. Like that was his kind of shtick, right? He would talk to my friends, he'd reach out to them and stuff like that. Mom was a little more, she was
yeah.
inside mom.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, my mom's the one that'll like chat you up in the line in the grocery store.
yeah,
And I am the person that is like, I'm going to give you a solid 5 feet because I actually don't want to talk to anybody when I'm checking out.
gotta do it,
But
right?
just
And
at the
it's
grocery store, like, I'll chat with you wherever. But like, I don't know, grocery store, no, thank you.
mm,
This is,
I'm
I
everybody's
re
buddy everywhere.
You truly are, which is actually we're gonna circle right back onto that too. But yeah, I remember similarly our meeting and instantly being like, this guy's coming back for the rest of all time, or what would be the rest of all of that time. Um, and yeah, sure enough, there we were, coming out, hanging out. It was great. Good days.
where we
Good
where we
days.
really became like closer friends, like where we got to know each
Yeah.
other better was during those times during COVID, right? It was being
Yeah.
able to come in and that's where I really learned that, dude, get your head out of your behind and start looking at your neighborhood. Be part of that. We don't have kids or we don't go to church all the. So how do you get part of a neighborhood if you didn't grow up there and everybody and their mother is your buddy or something like that, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
local watering holes. And you guys
That's
brought
spec-
me in like a family, like member.
Aw.
So
I mean,
yeah,
we always thought of that space is very much like we're gonna build this thing right within these walls, and that thing is gonna be this amoeba of community that grows and expands and shifts and can do all of these things at once. And it can be a community hub and it can be a place for people to meet all kinds of other people. I mean, the number of like couples that met and that are now married with kids and like those kind of like just like oh it's like madness where I just go, oh my God, that's insane that happened. But to your point about like how do you do this when you're new to a community? For folks that are joining us that are not familiar with the Oak Park River Forest Park, little, I don't like to use the word suburb with it. Suburb is a bad word in Chicago. It's like not a good word.
I agree.
It's just not. Right. Like those three villages that I just mentioned have train lines and L lines and like it's not a suburb. Consider it like the cousin to the city is how I always explain. Like we're like the cousin. We're not like down like the aunt that you never see. We're the cousin that you
Right.
hang out with, right? But that area really specific, like highly specifically, everybody went to the same high school. And if you were someone that moved in to one of those three villages and you didn't know anybody, you very quickly learned that you had to meet somebody who then knew all of the other people so you could have some kind of network, right? And it was one of those like, that was in our last episode. I was speaking to Kristen and she went to Oak Park River Forest High School. And
Yep,
that is how I met the first group of friends that I had out there was because I met one person who then knew all of the people and was like, here, let me shepherd you this way. And you're like, all right, great. One of the things that I want to talk about, I actually really want to talk about bocce before we get into our actual big conversation, but that can also be part of our community discussion, right? So
Yeah.
one of the things that we talk about and want to explore during our time together are like interests and hobbies and like something that's on your radar, right? And I know for you, bocce is new-ish.
Yeah.
Well, the bocce league is new.
Yeah, the bocce league is new over the last year or so. So that's where it came into. Yeah, so go for it. Whatever questions you got for it.
Explain bocce to somebody who only thinks it happens in Goodfellas and The Sopranos.
That's actually a perfect way to look at it. All right. It is. So here's the thing about it. Billy Dunlap is a really good guy. He is one of the bartenders over at Robert's West Side. Donnie Biggins and his crew. So Crystal and Charlie,
Yeah.
who used to work with Exit, who I've met and became friends with there. So there you go, wrapping the whole entire community and
It's,
neighborhood together, right? It's
yep.
it's all together, man. It's all linked. Crystal reaches out and says, "What do you do Monday nights?" I don't know. You want to play
It's,
bocce? Yeah, damn right I want to play bocce. Why not? So bocce is probably the best way to look at it is it's like marbles for adults,
okay.
uh, and kind of like bags, what some people call cornhole, but I prefer to call it bags.
It's cornhole, but okay.
And then a little bit like shuffleboard, so kind of like the scoring. And the idea is that there's this little white ball that you throw over there, and you're like, I'm gonna get as close to you as I possibly can. And then this person over here is gonna be a jerk, and they're gonna try and knock you out of the way because that's what they're there to do. Now,
Right.
the best part is the both is the both is
The both
are
is.
you're holding on to a drink of your choice. It can be a beer, it can be an Aperol spritz, as what I've heard, something called the spaghetti. I just learned about this yesterday or Monday. We'll get to that. We will get to whatever the hell that thing is, right? Okay. So I'm sitting here, and this is what the thing. I'm like, so I got to hold a beer. You can get penalized for not holding your damn beer. Okay, so you got to make sure.
Well,
And
that's
it's very
rude.
important, right? But it's very important what kind of beer you hold. But you learn it gives you balance, right? It gives you balance. So the balls, you got to throw
All right.
them. You try to get as close, and the scoring is a whole nother level. It's a thing.
Sure.
But what it does is it's 4-on-4. You got two people from your team on this side, two on that side, and the camaraderie and the BS going back and forth, and the music in the background. And sometimes, shoot, this past Monday we did a barbecue potluck, so everybody brought a ton of food. So
That's
it's
awesome.
just fun. Is it
Right.
competitive? Hell yeah. There's some in there that are like zoned right in. And then there's others that are just like, shit, I'm just gonna have a good time. I'm kind of in the middle. This
Yeah,
year,
I can see that.
we do what we can do,
I can
right?
see that.
So you come up with a fun name, you go in there. Our team name this year is the Bocce Achi. It's a combination of two different team names. But
Sure.
I do what I can with the things that I'm given. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, all we can do is sew together all of the pieces of the fabric and hope that we get some kind of like janky ass quilt. That's
And you know
it.
what?
That's it.
This quilt will help to keep me warm over the summer or the winter
Oh,
months when this stuff comes around again. I'll tell you one of the things that's great about it with being Monday night. So you know me, I'm a sports ball guy, so I love my football.
don't worry, we'll talk sports. I mean, you'll talk sports and I will sit here and listen. I will
I'll
sit
give you a
here and
little bit.
listen.
Hey, you know what? Every now and again, I love it when you guys put the TVs in so we can watch some sports. I know, and you're listening.
Sports.
I get it. Hey,
I
I
mean, it
love
doesn't say
that. I
anything
love
more
that
than
about you.
sports.
And that's perfect. We'll
Sports.
take it from there. I will get you there. Don't you worry about it. I mean,
Listen,
I even
many
ready
have
for, I
tried.
had a feeling that that was coming. I was ready for that segment of the show.
I can't even see your eyes anymore. Okay. Uh, God.
So yeah, so at the end
It's
of the day, it's just fun. It's so
yeah.
much fun. And on a Monday night when not a lot's going on. Again, no kids. I
Right.
get out of the
And that's
house. Joe's like, go, get out of here, go do something.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
have
yeah.
some fun.
I love it. I love it. So then rolling right into the actual reason why you're here. Not only are you one of the kindest human people that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting,
I
um,
appreciate that.
but you are the epitome of a community builder and a neighborhood guy and like the person who will actively, consciously do as much in your community as possible. And there are folks in the world who are like, this is cool. Like I know like I know the people at the bakery, right? And then like that's it. And they feel very
Yeah.
excited about that. And that's great for them. But then there are people like you who make this asserted effort to do as much as is humanly possible within your community. And like the importance of building and becoming building community in one sense, right? Like the more people you know, then you build your own community in that. It's like that amoeba thing, right? You grow, you
Yeah.
expand, you morph. But being entrenched in a neighborhood and being close with that community is just one of those things that I think the more we talk about how important it is to support local places, the more folks will do that. But I also want to touch a little bit on like the positive mental health parts
Oh,
of being active in your community and active in your neighborhood. And I mean, sure, yes, that could mean like, yeah, I'm a regular at this bar and that makes me feel good and that's great. And that's wonderful.
mhm.
Definitely not taking away from that, clearly. But also, but the impact of when you do it so frequently and then, but then you just get into your habit and it's just what you do. So, like, let's talk about neighborhoods and communities and community building and all of this work that you do within the community. You do a lot. And it didn't hit me until I wasn't seeing you every day. Like I saw you so often, right? But then when we moved and I'm looking at posts, I was like, Jesus God, like I know that Ray is involved, but mother, it just so many things, which is so excellent.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's so the way that it started really is as a kid, neighborhood was everything. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, over by Midway Airport. Our little neighborhood was called Sleepy Hollow. If you look on the new maps that they got drawn up there, it's like it's this little itty bitty square there, but we're proud of that, David. It's like a 3 by 3 square block, and in it was a lot of my family members because that's kind of how it was in certain neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But there was everybody in that little spot there. That was
Mm-hmm.
our neighborhood. That was our hood, right?
Yeah.
There was uh, Latino, there was Polish, there was Irish, there was an Iranian family there, Filipino,
Yeah.
Black. I mean, there was everything in there. Everybody was there, and we were all just cool. So we were all neighbors. And I remember my dad, if we were the second house before the alley, so if you mowed our lawn, you had to do Mr. Smith's lawn too. Don't be a jerk and just cut up to your line. Finish the whole
Bitch.
thing. And I was like,
Don't
come on,
be an
man, don't be a
ass.
bitch.
Don't be
So,
an ass.
so it's like, but Mr. Smith doesn't ever do that. He's like, Ray, go out there and do it. So I was like, all right, it was me or my brothers. And
Right.
I'm the last of 6 kids in my family too. So kind of give a little perspective of it, right? So by the
Yeah.
time I was
Yeah.
born, the first five, I'm like 12 years away from them. So whenever they needed something, they would
Right.
come and hang out. And then my dad would say, well, go mow the lawn. So anyway, with all that being said, my dad had this community driven thing within him, right? He was
Uh-huh.
always really cool with being part of the neighborhood. He worked at a steel mill but he was friends with everybody. Somehow everybody knew Silver. That's what everybody, my dad's name was, so his name is Silverio, but
Sure.
try
No,
saying that
silver's
and like, yeah, Silver's where it rolled.
right. I was gonna say two
So he
beers
would work
in. No, it's just silver.
2 beers in, yeah. Oh, and that bar they say that's where I actually learned how to make a community out of a bar. They used to play at this place called the Red Barrel. Popcorn, chicken, video games. Right near my baseball field. I get done playing baseball, practicing. go over there, get some popcorn, play some video games. Everybody there, waiters, waitresses. Hey, Ray, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? That was community and
Mm-hmm.
doing little things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And then my dad, I remember he was from Puerto Rico originally, and he would collect shirts. So whenever the baseball team was done with their uniforms, he would collect them and he'd send
Nice.
those down to the kids in Puerto Rico so that they could have uniforms. It was like stuff like that that my pops would do. And I saw it at the time, but I didn't see it. I didn't really notice it at the time. But as I gotten older,
Mm-hmm.
so it's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's little shit like that, that makes the difference. So, between you and I, we're going to have long-winded conversations. So this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. We're going to have a talk here.
You know what?
Let's
I'm
have it.
buckled in. I'm ready to go.
That's why I got the big can, and I
I
got
know.
backups in the fridge too. I'm not even worried.
Boop, boop.
There you go. There you go, my girl.
I'm
So,
ready.
um, I got my job at the city. Jovan and I moved here in the Oak Park, and we're like, all right, everything in the city, downtown all the time, bars in the city, food in the city, blah, 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 blah. Then COVID hits, right? Now, before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
I had to find a way to get ingrained in this community one way or the other. Again, no kids, no church, nothing like that. Didn't have anything
Right.
to knock me in. But a guy I worked with, his son played baseball. His daughter played softball here in Oak Park. And I used to play softball in the city, so I was always on the lake, having fun, drinking beers, whatever else. Well, I blew out my knee, as one does once they hit their 30s, because our warranty runs out. And, shit like that happens to everybody.
Dude, yeah, we'll just keep
Right?
talking on that age thing.
You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
I
So he's like, well,
whew.
you're not doing anything this summer, so why don't you come help me coach my son's teams? I said, okay. And I fell in love with it. Baseball
Nice.
was my first love of sports, right? And that's where it all came in. So I got into it there. So I became Coach Ray. And I said, well, look, is it going to be weird that I don't have a kid in the league? Will people look at me strange?
Well,
Go
and I
ahead.
think
Yeah, you
that's
can ask the
no,
question.
there's I think that's a really interesting layer of the talk about community because I also know children. Thank you. I will teach them. I will hang out with them. I will aunt and uncle my ass off. Please do not be in my home. Um, I, I it's not baby proof.
Hey,
It's just
honestly, there you go.
right. Like it's fine. But it does make it weird for childless couples to be like, well, then what do I do? Because we see
Yeah.
all the like, I'm going to coach my son. I'm going to hang out with my daughter. Like there's a lot of that, right? And if you did not make that life choice, then you're like, all right, well, what am I doing? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that a lot because that's similar conversations and similar thoughts and all that stuff. All right, here we are.
And
You're
that's the
coaching
thing.
softball.
It's not, and the thing is, it's not restricted to like an Oak Park, right? This is any neighborhood. I saw the same shit when I was
Hmm.
a kid
Hmm.
playing in my own league, right? The moms and the
Oh yeah,
dad, well, the dads for the most part, or the uncles, blah, blah, blah. So I'm
yeah.
coaching baseball and fell in love with it, took over my own team. And, the parents, of course, I had the question from a lot of the parents going like, well, if you don't have any kids in the league, why
Why
are
are
you
you here?
here? Yeah, what's your purpose behind this? I'm like, look, here's the situation. I was very honest about it. My wife and I, it's just not in the cards for us, unfortunately, and that's fine. But I've got a lot of stuff I can teach, and I love baseball, and I want to help
Yeah.
your kids love baseball too. What do you think about that? And they're like, okay. And I'm like, and you guys have a lot going on your plate on a regular basis. You got hockey, you got soccer, you got ballet, you got school, you got whatever the thing is that you're doing. You
Yeah.
got all the
Yeah.
things. I don't. So let me
Hmm.
help. And there you go. So I did that for about 5, 6 years. And then my job got a little too busy and I had to step away from it. And it killed me because I loved it. I love the kids.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird now that so many years later, oh, this one hit hard. Last year at the microbrew review,
Yeah. I was there
I
with a
had a
broken
beer with
foot.
one of the kids I coached. I had a beer with one of the
Dude,
kids I coached.
no, yes, yes. So I have gotten a couple of friend requests from former students who are like married with children and posting pictures of their cocktails. And I'm like, oh, girl, I don't know if I can do this. I love you. You were great as a fifth grader, but this is really hurting my heart. And I understand it's not
Yep.
about me,
Yep. And it
but
was
also,
funny too because he didn't recognize me at first. I recognized him because he basically looks like a grown up version of himself.
yeah.
And I said, oh, hold on, let me put my hat on backwards like I used to when I was coaching. He's like, dude, Coach Ray?
Oh my God. We're like,
Give me
your
10,
voice has
10
changed,
push
friend.
ups. Yes. What are you doing with a beer in your hand? He's like, I'm
Right.
21 now. I'm like, oh.
Absolutely not. Hard pass. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's kind of like my first foray. Then COVID hit and we're stuck at home and I realized there's so many things around town that we need to concentrate on here and I didn't do it before. And that was kind of it's the right word, impetus, right? It's just trying to get me in. The catalyst is more like it.
Mhm.
Start helping at home because I'm not going back in the city. And I realized, dang, man, we had been here for like 15 plus years, almost 20 years at that point. Like, we don't know shit about our community, really. So
Mhm.
we started shopping, at Sugar Beet because it was right down the block, one, but also it was all local stuff and I trusted it there.
Mhm.
And, we were getting our beers from Exit because that was where we went. That was our beer. That's how it went. And the whole brewery community came together like nothing I had ever seen before. And that
Yeah.
was amazing.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you kidding me? I got my college drinking back is what it was. And then came back in full force.
I tell you,
That was good.
the pandemic did no one's livers any favors. Not even a tiny bit. But I think it's also worth just again for folks that aren't in that area, something else that's really unique. And sure, a lot of communities have this, but I do feel like that tri-village community almost has
Mhm.
more than normal. The amount of small and independent businesses is astronomical. I mean, this is
100%.
the, and it's another reason why I think the word suburb for where I keep wanting to say we, but that area,
You're we. You're we. You will always be we. It's
I,
we. That's it.
it's
You
true.
know what? I'm giving it to you. There it is. It's done.
Woo!
Boom. There you go. You are
I
my,
got it.
I got a guy. You're the guy. There you go. You're the girl. There we go.
Yes. I've kind of
See?
always wanted to be. That's great. But like another reason why I think the word suburb is so misleading for that part of where we are, right, in Oak Park, River Forest, and Forest Park. I mean, you can't find a really large chain without like actively. Yes, there are a couple. Sure, fine, whatever. But like, you're not going to find a strip mall. If there's
Yeah.
one, there's one for three villages.
One.
There's one strip mall.
Hmm.
Um, and that's it. But even that's got independent businesses in it. And so I think that's something that's unique when you're going, I can do a lot in my community. And especially in the pandemic, especially in those times when every single small business was like, help, help. So, like,
Hmm.
we're drowning and we're going to throw every ounce of pasta at the wall and whatever sticks, sticks, and whatever doesn't, doesn't, but help. And it was the response from that community was really something too in those times, right? It was like everyone put the
Hmm.
call out, and I can just remember. I remember
Yeah.
what Carnivore, our butcher shop. I remember what Carnivore was doing. I remember what Sugar Beet was doing. Like all these things. Like everyone was like, just help, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, and then that takes us right back to what you were saying about like this is the time to start getting into things.
Yeah, and it made all the difference in the world because don't get me wrong, I enjoyed going into the grocery store because I love to cook. So going to the grocery store was like a fun, activity for me at the end of the day.
Hmm.
I got to know the people behind the butcher counter. Okay, cool. I got to know the people. I got to know the cheesemonger at the store. That was cool. But it was a quick pass by. Didn't know each other's names. We just knew each other
Right.
by face. But that's what happens in the neighborhood. My mom
Hmm.
had the same thing at the Jewels when I was a kid down there. We had a small little
The
corner store called
jewels,
R&S. Yeah, the Jewels, right? And then
the jewels.
the Jewels, right? And then, there was this hot dog joint that we would go to. It was Johnny's. Every kid in the neighborhood worked at Johnny's at one point. So when I walked into Carnivore, I could hit there and then I met Brad and I met Eric and I met Justin and then there was Michael and then just there was always like this cast of characters and that is the best way to describe that joint.
It's the only way to describe them. I love them with
The
all of my heart, and it's the only way to describe them.
stories, right? And to find that there was a
Hmm.
connection between you and Brad, like you guys knew each other. I was like, oh yeah, I love Exit. I'm always over there. Catherine, Jeff, the whole entire crew. You saw how it was all connected.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then when N4 opened up and N4 and Carnivore started, talking with each other, and it was just like, I mean, hell, it stemmed from COVID, but it continued after that. Like I didn't go backwards. I didn't go back to my old ways. I'm like, no, it costs a little bit more to shop local, but you shop smarter. I am happier with the foods that I get, and I love being able to go in there and spend some time and just be
Hmm.
human. Like you
Oh yeah.
said earlier, it was you need that for your mental wellness sometimes.
All right, so speak to that. Speak to what doing what you've, and again, this like concerted and concentrated effort to be more involved in your community. How is that like what have the how has it impacted you? How does it make how has it impacted you?
So on a tough day, let's take this for instance. So in some neighborhoods, a
Hmm.
barbershop. Like I remember my pops going to this one barbershop. I know what the hell any of them were talking about, but they were all hanging out and they were talking. And
Sure,
they
yeah.
were happy. Or he would go to a garage and do the same thing. So for me, I walked into Carnival one day and we're having this story. All of a sudden, Brad starts spitting knowledge about music, telling stories about, people that he's known, girls that he dated, da da da, da, all this stuff. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, this is amazing, right? I came in here for lunch meat, maybe a couple pieces of chicken, and I'm there for like an hour,
Oh yeah.
right? Just for like an
Mm-hmm.
hour easily, and hey, we tried this new sausage. Seth had just made a new batch of linguiça or something like that. So here I am tasting it. I'm like, this is amazing. Where else do you get that, right?
Right.
If you don't build it, you can't come to it, right? There it is, right? To take from the movie. So I'm like, there are days where I am having a really rough day because I work from home. I'll go over to Exit, or to, it's in my head. I'll go
I
over to
know.
Carnivore and maybe I'll go get a pork chop or anything else like that. But it's that I just need a break. And the
Right. And you
conversations
can
I'll have there
right.
will give me that kind of woo-style moment. And then there you go.
Well, and I think too, one of the other interesting things is that with so many people are working from home now, so
Yep.
much of life is lived in front of a screen, that the more we can get out and give ourselves a brain break and a screen break and go and have a human moment. But you can't always do that at the Jewels. You can't always do that, at the Target, at the Walmart, whatever, because you're
Yep,
in, you're out,
exactly.
right? But going to one of the smaller shops, going to Kinslager, right? Talking to Rashawn, talking to
Yeah,
Keith, um, talking to those guys, and just just this, right?
exactly.
Just talk to me, man.
Exactly.
Um, I think it's incredible. I think the amount of work that you've done and the effort that you've put in to give so much of your not just your business, because like fine, whatever, but yourself to the community, right? And that's I mean, you mentioned Sugar Beet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar Beet's got a thing coming up. And you're now part of the
So
board.
I joined the board. Yeah. So and how that happened was I'm in this.
Explain what Sugar Beet is. Explain what Sugar
Sugar
Beet is
Beet
first.
is no, yeah, no, perfect. Thank you. Sugar Beet is a local food co-op, right? So the idea behind it is that it is not owned by some large conglomerate. Nobody owns us. We own it. The community is asked to, help with seed money to get things up and running. The idea is to have local products, local farmers, fresh produce, whatever it might be that tickles your fancy at the end of the day. But it's everybody who's in the community has a stake in this place. It's your place. It's your grocery store. And there are not-for-profit pieces that go into it. We donate money to certain organizations. It depends on which one we're picking for the month. Whatever people will ask to be part of that. The crew there is paid well, like because they're human beings, and we treat them like human beings. Our staff
Livable
is
wage.
yes, and they're outstanding, and they smile when you walk in the door. Some people will say, well, it's a little bit more expensive there. Well, yeah, but I don't worry where my fruits are coming from. I don't worry where my meat is coming from. I know that the people here have my best interest and the rest of the community too.
I'm gonna squeeze my way right into this story and I'm gonna birdwalk just a tiny bit and say if I hear one more person, and I mean I will because it's human nature, talk about
But
how like I would go local, but it's more expensive. Well, okay, here's the thing. What you have to work in to that equation, to this whole, well, it's more expensive, it's more expensive. I mean, just gag me. Because I'm just so I'm personally very tired of hearing that because so many people don't understand what actually goes in to when you want a quality product. If you want
right.
something that is coming from a small baker, that small baker then gives to Sugar Beet. That small baker has to buy all of their ingredients, obviously, but they're
Yeah.
not buying it in the quantity that a giant industrial bakery is. So they're paying more for their ingredients. They are one person. It takes longer to manufacture when you are one or five people, right? Like you have to build all of that in from the ground. So, sure, maybe you can get a $3 loaf of garbage bread somewhere, or, you're going to spend $7 and get the best sourdough of your life somewhere else. But somebody's hands made it, someone's skill went into it, and someone's time is valuable. And I think that's
Yes.
it. Just this, I wish that I could just reprogram a lot of brains to just understand, like, you get that you're not just paying for flour and water, right? Like,
Right.
come on,
And I
come on.
understand that, right? Because the other side of the argument then is like, well, I have a big family. I get that. There are times where Costco makes sense, sure, and where Aldi makes sense, 100%.
Listen,
They have
Costco
their
makes a
places.
mean cake. That's when it makes sense.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. And the dads here in Oak Park tell me that that's where I need to get my whiskey from too. Sure, that's fine. If I can't
Yeah.
get it at Sugar Beet or, whatever. But the thing about it is like, I get that part. I don't just shop
Yep.
at Sugar Beet. Don't get me wrong. I'll go over to Trader Joe's every now and again because there's
Yeah.
certain things, because even during the pandemic, Trader Joe's was doing it right. And that meant a lot to me as a consumer, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there's that now. And with the beat, look, this year the big thing is we're celebrating 10 years. And I say we because now I'm on the board. This is my right. This is us. This is me. We're celebrating 10 years. Next Thursday, we're having our 10-year anniversary there. And I'm putting together a menu for us to enjoy food there. And we've got all these things inside the store that some people know about, some people don't. Right now we're up to, what is it, 3,500 owners. 3,500 owners in this community right here that have put money in and said, you know what, I believe in what this place is doing. And that's awesome. Now, does
Yeah.
that mean they shop every single week for everything there? No, probably not. Not everybody can do that. I get that. But there was a point in time where they said, you know what, this means something to my community and I want to support it. Here's what I can do right now. Stop in, pick up a couple apples, get a banana. Get
That's the
some cool,
thing, right?
yeah.
I'm going to say this then. So you're saying next Thursday, which makes it what, 31st?
Yep. July
Okay.
31st.
Friends, if you're watching this on its release date, which is July 31st,
There you go.
take your happy ass over to Sugar Beet.
That's what I'm saying. 5 to 8. All right. So here's what's popping, right? To make it community driven, because one of our mission statements is, community through food. So it's not just about what's in the store, but it's what's around everywhere else. Carnivore, because those are our guys, right? Carnivore
Yeah.
is doing, a lot of people don't realize this, but as a butcher shop, they make a phenomenal vegan dish. It is a smoked eggplant sandwich, barbecue smoked eggplant. And it is put
Bomb.
for.
It is
So
bomb.
good. And they're going to do their sausages as well, because come on, sausages are absolutely delicious. So we got that coming. Berwyn Chicken Company with Brendan and his crew over there are going to
Yes.
have some of the best fried chicken out on the table for us and some mac and cheese, because what's a barbecue without mac and cheese? Come on now.
Amen.
Petra Falafel. Love me some grape leaves and some falafel, fresh falafel, hummus, pita bread.
You're
Let's
killing
just
me.
do it, right?
You're killing me.
Taco 76 right across the street. Can see them. You can throw a rock and hit their store. They're bringing over their chicken barbacoa, and we're doing steak tacos, of course, because that's where it's at, and a poblano and potato and rice and beans, because it's vegan. We got to make sure everybody's included here, right? And then, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 for dessert. Crumb Crusher. Now, I don't know if Crumb Crusher was here when you were here. Oh,
It
yeah.
was not.
Chelsea and her husband and her mother. I met her mother, Natalie. She is amazing. They're hilarious. It was great to meet them. She opened it up. It's right by Spilt Milk.
Okay.
And all of her cupcakes are vegan. But I didn't know that. And I ate it. And then I ate another one. And then another one. And then another one. Maybe one more. And then I had to go back in and get one because Joe wanted one too. Unbelievable.
Meanwhile, it's like 4-1.
It's seriously, it's just, and a lot of people don't know about them, but those that do know what's up. So I spoke with Chelsea yesterday, got an order in. She's making these little cupcakes, and they got a printer where they can put whatever we want on the cupcake too. So people could honey lavender and espresso mocha. It's just, just listening to her talk about it and her passion about it. And I was like, this is it. This is exactly what this was supposed to be about. And I
Mhm.
told him, you tell me what you want me to tell the community about you. You're more than welcome to show. I would love to have you there, but life's, right? Everybody's got stuff to do.
Sure does.
I
Yep.
will tell your
Yeah.
story for you. Tell me what story I'm telling for you. And then our boy Keith's gonna come. He's gonna pour some of his beers for us.
You
Cause,
know,
God, come on now.
I tell you.
Oh, last but not least, Billy Dunlap, the guy that got me into bocce.
Yeah.
He's coming over. He's got his own business called the Old Foal. He took an old carriage, turned it into a mobile bar, and runs around Oak Park Avenue or Oak Park in River Forest, Forest Park, the whole entire shot. And he will go to kids' parties and make sundaes and coffee drinks and whatever else he needs to. Or if it's a grown-up thing, cocktails and whatever else. I mean, there you go. You
I
can't get more
want
like
it.
neighborhood than that. Bringing everybody in. Let's do it.
So,
And if you
all
don't
right.
know, now you know.
I want to add the last word to that sentence. I'm not going to. Um, I'm not going to, but I said it in my head.
I get it. I get it.
I sang
Because that's our
sang
generation.
it.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
No, I absolutely
That's
no.
our
I was.
generation. Come on now.
You said if you don't know, and I was like, I know exactly what the rest of that phrase is.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I know exactly
See,
what
and
it
there's
is.
certain people that'll be listening and be like, "Yeah, I get it.
And
I
then
see what you did.
everyone,
I see what you
please,
did there."
anybody that's a Gen Xer or an elder millennial right now, just filled in the last word, and it's fine.
Bring it in.
So you actually were leading into. I wanted to do a little challenge for you. I gotta get my
Please.
stopwatch. Back to teaching now, so I got fancy stopwatches. All right. And by fancy, I mean it was like 99 cents on Amazon. So I'm gonna set my timer for 1 minute,
Okay.
and I would like this is Ray's local lightning round. I want you to name as many, with the exclusion of one, as many local businesses as you possibly can in 1 minute.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can start down the
Yep.
line whenever you're ready.
You can start down the line. The actual, there's only the one rule. You know the one rule. Okay,
All
ready?
right. Hit it.
Go.
All right. So we got Robert's West Side, but you also got Bob's East Side. Now across the plate, you can go over to Sullivan's if you want to,
You're
because
wasting your
sometimes you
time.
want
Just
beer
hit
at
these
that point in
names.
time.
Boom, boom,
Now
boom,
at that
boom,
point in time, you
boom.
got Carnivore and for Chiro, Kettle Strings Grove, Crepas Culichi. You've got Nando's. You have now coming down the line. You've got to make sure Poor Phil's is in your house. Blackout Bakery, and then you come down the line over here and you hit. Oh my goodness, it's so hard when you have to do it out
I
loud.
know. Go to Oak Park Avenue.
Oh my gosh, Sticks and Cones and Brown Cow ice cream, and then don't forget Hole in the Wall because you got to do that too. Oak Park Bakery across the way, Forest Park Bakery over and to the side over there, Hens Lager, and then you've got a new shop in Berwyn, but I'm going to take it Berwyn Chicken Company as well. You've got Salerno's Pizza, you have Bertoli's Pizza. Come on, can't forget about that. And then of course there is Duffy's.
Oh, we love Duffy's. Hey, Joe. All right, I'm gonna try to tag everybody you named. That was great. You did
It's
really good
funny
work.
when you're trying to hit them all because your head's like going. That's the thing about it. There's so many.
I tried to
You
do
could
it.
just
Yeah, I tried to do it myself with the timer, and I just in my head, and I started at the shop, and then when I tried to go like down to Harlem and then back, and then I tried to do like Lake Street, and then I tried to do by like section. I don't even think I made it to Lake Street.
right.
Like I
And
don't
that's
think
the
I
thing
made it. I
about it.
didn't make it 6 blocks
And
before
you
my
think
minute
about
ran
that.
out.
There's something about that though. What does that tell you? So you were saying like we don't like to be called. I don't like to be called a suburb. We call it a city burb, right? We're the
Oh, I
city
like
burb,
that.
right? It's because we touch. If I cross Austin, boom, we're city. That's it. I can see the Sears Tower. I can get on the blue line. I can get on the green line. I can get on 290 and be in the city in like, well, it depends. Am I
Heck.
breaking laws or am I driving regular?
Oh no, your cab. You're driving like a cab. You get there in 15 minutes.
There you go. Exactly. Where am I? And everything in Chicago is 20 minutes. If I can't get there in 20 minutes, I don't think I need to be there.
Good Lord. You
So
know what I've had to adjust being here is so yeah, like everything's a couple of blocks, couple of miles, whatever, right? Everything here is a drive. Like it's
yep.
all like a drive. And that adjustment has been RUFF rough. I mean, I said recently the other day, I was like, listen, if it took me 40 minutes to get into the city because my dumbass decided that we needed to leave at 6 p.m., that's on me. I would happily
Oh,
sit, yeah, choices I made, consequences I suffered. I would happily sit in the
uh,
car for 40 to 45 minutes to get to like Wicker, right?
Yeah.
Happily, because I knew it was coming, even though it was like 6 miles away.
Right.
Now,
You accept what's coming at that point. Exactly.
I mean, no, it's you sit in the car for 45 minutes and you're going 30 some odd miles and you're like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it just feels like you're on the road forever. It's just, I can't wait to come home.
No, I can't wait to have you back home again. I
I'm,
mean, it's just,
I'm,
God, you know what? I'm sitting here and I feel so bad because there's so many. We're right on Oak Park and I could have hit Rustico, America's. Oh my God. America's is our favorite
uh,
spot. Are you kidding me? Oh my Lord. The
you know,
branzino there, the
I live and
cauliflower
die.
dish.
They're
So good.
chilaquiles.
Dude. And
Mm, mm, mm.
what I loved about them too, just kind of go back to what we were saying before,
Yep.
during the pandemic, they pivoted. They brought out a cart, like old school in Little
Yeah.
Village or the neighborhoods, right? Remember that with the
Mm-hmm.
tamales and the hot chocolate and everything?
Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's
Oh,
up
yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
there's some that just know how to survive in this world, especially the one that we're living in now. And those are the people that I want to call family and friend.
I think this is wonderful. We're going to move on to sports.
Oh.
You
What you
have
want to know?
exactly, well, what do I want to know? Not tons. I don't, I don't, listen, the extent of my sport balling is very small. All right, you have exactly 5 minutes, and I do, there is a timer. You have 5 minutes to talk about, okay, how are you feeling for those Chicago teams there, buddy?
Okay, so this one I'll make it very easy. I have low expectations. I am a Sox fan. Do or die, done and done. There is no, I'm a Chicago
Aren't there
fan and
always
I
low
don't.
expectations for the Sox?
Okay, that's a low blow. I get it. You're from the Michigan thing, Detroit. Okay, I get it. That hurt. That's hurt, but that's
I'm
okay. I
just
love you.
saying. First of all, I love you. I love you as well. But also, if you're gonna try to insult me from being a Detroit fan, all of our teams suck all the time. We are impervious.
Oh, but here's the thing. When you're back in town, there
Hmm.
is a huge Detroit, Michigan contingent in bocce. Huge. Oh yeah. I was surprised as hell because we started during football season and I saw these Lions things coming out. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? So, all right, that's fine. I love it. I love it.
Okay,
I'm
you're a
good.
Sox
I'm here
fan.
for it.
I'm
I'm a
sorry, I
Sox
took
fan.
up a
There you
minute
go.
of your time.
No, no, no. Don't worry about it. I am a Sox fan. So as far as I'm concerned, what they're doing right now after the All-Star break is it's wonderful to watch. These are young kids that are coming back in and they are just trying to figure out what it's like to be a team. They are their own community, their own neighborhood, and they're figuring shit out right now. All right? They're not a bunch of names that everybody knows. They're not getting paid a ton of money. They're there and they know that they are fortunate to have this opportunity and they're playing it like that. And that makes it fun for a person like myself to watch and go, I knew I wasn't going, into the major leagues. That was not what was going to happen. I just love the game. And that's what's fun about watching it with them. My goddaughter called me on the way in when I was coming home from work today and she got tickets and she bought a package. She's like, hey, Uncle Ray, you want to go to a game? She loves the Sox, but the two of us together just love watching the game. And
Uh,
that's what I appreciate about it when it comes down to,
baseball people can sit there and watch
Yep.
grass grow for hours. Ugh.
There's a certain method to it. I got it. My dad used to watch on a Sunday afternoon. He would fall asleep on the couch, fall asleep. And I would go
Hmm.
in there and I was going to turn off the TV once before. And he'd tell me, no, I'm watching that. I'm like, your eyes are closed. "No, I'm watching that. I know what's going on. Don't worry. Leave the TV on. Leave the TV on. Okay, fine. So there was a year, what was it, 7, 8 years ago. Jovan had gone out. She was going out to brunch. And I had the house to myself. It's Sunday. I got a sandwich. I'm sitting there watching the game. And the windows are all open. It's a beautiful day. And I'm watching the game. And I'm slowly falling asleep. But I know every hit. I know everywhere it's going on the field. I knew who hit it. And I was like, Dad, I got it.
You know what's interesting to me? So there's something very, very interesting historically and like sociologically about baseball to me. Again, I could give it. I don't care. Baseball to me is one of the more boring sports. And you come at me if you want. That's fine. But the history of American baseball fascinates me. Now, growing up, I didn't get the baseball gene. My brother did. So my dad and my brother were like, no, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here, and I'm gonna watch this game, and I'm gonna do the stats. I'm gonna do that. I can change a flat tire. My brother cannot do that. I can also build a deck. My brother can't do that. So that's what I got, right? I didn't get baseball. We all get our things. But I think it's really like there's there is a camaraderie in baseball that you don't see in other sports. I think, at least as like an outside person that doesn't care about baseball, when I talk to people that love it, it's the same thread all the way through. And it's like, yeah, man, we just sit there and we watch and then we get it. And one day we're like, God, we love it so much. And it is just this thing. And I think it actually is probably, I mean, in my humble and now very tarnished opinion, it's probably the best thing about American history is like the history of baseball, except for, pockets, but there's pockets all over the place. It's interesting to me, just the through lines. Also, this is now a citrus ale, and I'm excited. Are you behind, or did you fill up?
Oh, yeah, this is 32 ounces. I'm too in.
All right, all right, all right. It's not a competition,
Hey,
although it always
what did I
is.
say? What did I say? All right, the thing, this is the mug club. I got to get in on this here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate
Mug
you.
club, mug club
Mug
love,
Club,
man.
Mug Club
You
for
know
life.
absolutely, absolutely.
All
So,
right.
I hear what you're saying about the sports piece, and I will finish it up by saying that is 100% correct. And every sport has that somewhere. That's the thing about it. I don't want to. Yeah, I would say hockey would be my second one.
Yeah, I love
Hockey
that.
and football are
That one
pretty
I can
close
do.
to each other. Yeah, hockey
Okay.
definitely so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
100%. Love me some hockey. Go Wings.
Oh, no, she didn't.
She sure did. We got more hard. At the end of the day, I still got more hardware. It's fine.
Uh,
Everything's fine. I know. Um, all right, it's time for our three questions, my friend. Do
let's
you
do
want to
it.
go? Do
I
you want
would
to go
like,
one?
yes,
You want to
yes.
go
I would
one
like to
for
go one
one?
on one, and I would
Okay.
love for you to go first, please, because I'd like to end it with
Okay.
the one that I've got here.
Fabulous. What is a phrase that we use that you want to bury in the ground? What is a phrase out in the world that you want to bury it deep in the ground? You never want to hear it again.
Okay, so this is actually perfect. So last year I had a bit of a nervous breakdown, and I don't mind telling people because it's important to be vulnerable.
Sure, I
It was
agree.
very difficult. And the phrase that I would say now or from then was, it is what it is. I hate
Put it
that
in the ground. Put it in
phrase.
the ground. Mm-hmm.
Despise it. One of my good friends, and I know he's going to be listening to this podcast. It's one of the most like, it is what it. No bullshit. It is not. It is what it is. Now, right? So here's the saving grace with that phrase, though. I was in one of my sessions, and the therapist looked and he goes, "It is what it is, but there's another part to it. So now what?" I was like, "What do you mean? So now?" He's like, "Okay, it is what it is. I understand you're pissed off because you don't want it to just be that scenario, that moment. No. So
Right.
what are you going to do about it? What can you do about it? How are you going to approach it? Are you going to give yourself the space to breathe and then figure it out? Are you going to walk away from it?" And it made sense to me in that moment. I
I
still hate the
like
phrase,
that.
but
No, that phrase is the worst. Like, well, it is what it is. Like, no,
yeah,
no, no. Oh, you know what?
right?
That was,
It
I gotta tell you,
sucks.
in like my top three phrases that I would bury in the ground, that is absolutely, that's two or three for sure. 100%.
I'd say
Couldn't
I
agree
would
with you
almost
anymore.
imagine one of yours is did not disappoint. I
It's
know
number
you hate that
one.
one.
I
Oh,
can't,
I right.
listen, if you are out here in the world saying, made a sushi bake, did not disappoint. If you expected it to disappoint you, why did you make it? Went to this new
Right.
restaurant, did not disappoint. Then why did you go? If you thought you
What
were
was the
going to be
purpose of going? Right.
disappointed, why
Yeah.
did you go? Don't leave your house if that's a phrase you're going to use. Sorry. You know what? No,
I
I'm
get
not.
it.
I'm not sorry. I'm almost 50 years
No.
old. I don't care. I mean, I got a
That's
year
all
and
right. Fuck
change,
it.
but
This is
whatever.
right. We're in it. We're
Moving
in it to
on.
win it now at this point. Shit. All right. So
Moving
here's my
on. Your
question.
turn.
All right.
Okay.
This one's a light one, but this is one that we use whenever we interview new people in my company, and it has really thrown people off. All right.
Oh,
Here we go.
God. Okay.
What cartoon character would you be and why?
Bubbles the Powerpuff Girl.
But
And why
why?
not?
No,
Have
no,
you
no, no, no,
seen?
no, no, no. I will let you
All right,
have it.
no. I got,
Hit
you
it.
know what? Here we go. Here we go. You see this? See this right here?
Yep.
See
Yep.
her right there? I got a scar from jumping off the countertop when I was about six-ish, trying to fly, like Linda Carter. Gal Gadot, great Wonder Woman, kind of. Linda Carter forever.
Oh,
No. Okay, so that was live action, that wasn't cartoon. I'm still gonna go with bubbles.
Okay.
No, you know what? You know what the greatest answer to that is?
See,
Like the best. This I could do this all day. The best answer to that is I would be Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. And
Give me the
why?
reason. Yeah.
Because that guy had to think on his feet so fast, and every single thing in his life was absurd. And for some reason, at the end of every Harvey Birdman episode, it all like straightens out. He just had to deal with absurdity. That's it. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. There we are. I'm Harvey Birdman.
I get it. See? And that's the thing.
That's a
it
great
takes
question.
a minute, right? It takes a minute because you're like, oh, definitely. Well, hold on now.
I almost thought
We
about
had-
going with a snork.
Oh, man, now that's a deep cut. I've not
It's a
thought
deep
about the
cut.
snorks in a minute.
I couldn't remember a snork name, but the snorks existed. All right, we got.
We got to keep moving. All right, I got
All
you.
right.
All right, what you got for me
Am I?
next?
No, no, I'm up. I'm up. What's in
Yep.
your dream sushi roll?
Oh, dream sushi roll. I love spicy tuna,
Uh-huh.
and I love roe, avocado, cucumber, and I want crunch in there. And with the crunch, Chef Stephanie Izard from Girl and the Goat, her chili crunch is phenomenal. I'm so pissed that it's not available anymore, but you put that inside of there because that just adds this sauce, gives me the spice, and gives the crunch that I want. And then I want it wrapped with crunch on the outside. And I'm all about that.
Okay,
But spicy
so
tuna is where I'm at. I'm a spicy
all
tuna
right,
guy.
all right, chef. So you know the general rule. Salt, fat, heat, acid. You hit them all. Good job.
See?
Good job.
That's where I'm at,
Salt,
man.
that's
You don't
that's
get to be
that's.
this. You don't get this size without eating some food and figuring stuff out.
First of all, calm down. You're up.
All right, second one here. This is gonna go deep now. Here we go.
Okay, putting this down. I got to talk with my hands. I feel.
Here we go now.
Okay.
What was the moment that you first realized you were an adult?
Yeah, when my first apartment, when my parents drove away from dropping me off at my first apartment at Belmont and Broadway. I lived in Boys Town for a little bit, and I had a 500 square foot studio, and I paid $500 a month, and it was a like a 5-floor walk up. I was on the 3rd floor. Street name was Aldine. It was that was it. Cause like I graduated from college. We packed up my college apartment. We put it in to the minivan. I drove from Ohio up to Detroit. I spent one night in Detroit. We did not unpack the van. We then drove to Chicago. Stop one was the Chicago Art Institute, and I got a membership. This is before I had a place to live. I had a membership to the Art Institute first,
No
and
way.
then yeah. It was priority number one was to get a membership to the Institute.
There you go.
Did that. My dad and I looked at 3 different apartments in Boys Town because I was starting a job like 2 days later. I had like 2 days to figure out how to live in a city where I didn't know anybody. I know no one. I moved to Chicago cold. I didn't know anybody.
That's
And
awesome.
we found this little studio, and we were like, all right, we think we can, like, this job, whatever, I could swing this $500. And right now someone's like, how the hell was rent $500? Friends, it's 27 years ago. That's how. Yeah, and it was when I saw the white Toyota Previa drive down Aldine to Lakeshore and turn right. And I was like, God damn, here we go. And I think that was it. It was like that moment.
It's-
That's a good
you know what?
question.
It's
That's a
wild.
good
Like
one.
yeah, it's like, when is it that moment? My niece, and the reason it came with it, I hate to extend, but there's a reason behind it.
All right.
My niece had called me once when she graduated from college. She's like, what do I do now? You
Right.
know? She's like,
Yeah.
I did everything that I was supposed to. I went to grammar school, I got the A's. I went to high school, I got the A's. I went to college, I got the A's.
Hmm.
Now what?
Now
like,
what?
Now you adult. Now you adult, kid. That's just how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you liked
That's
it.
good. That's good. It's so dumb, but I'm excited for it because it's so dumb. Hot or cold?
Dude, I will take cold all day long. All day long.
Okay. Of anything. No, of anything.
Of anything.
Doesn't have to be temperature, hot or cold. That's the thing. That's why it's like such a weird question.
Okay, no, that's a solid question. All right. I'll still take cold because if I'm cold, I can, I'll take it from a couple different ways. If I'm cold, I can make myself warm and I can maintain that heat. So there's something
Okay.
that I can build up to, right? If I am drinking a cold drink, such as something out of the fridge, I can let it sit and it can come down, or I can enjoy it immediately when it's cold. If I have ice that I need, it will melt and then it can be water and I can use it to wash. I believe going from
Okay.
cold
Okay.
into hot. I'm gonna
We
turn
went,
it in. Come on, kid. I
dude,
got
you
you.
went like naked and afraid on that.
Look,
You went like
I went to
survival mode.
college. Here's the thing. When I went to college, here's what my degree is in. It's a Bachelor of Arts in Speech Communication with an emphasis in marketing and a advertising as well, and a
You're
minor in
kidding.
philosophy. So
This hardly
my
fits
buddy
at
looked at me.
all.
He goes, "So you have a degree in bullshit?" I'm like, "Yes, that's
Yeah.
exact. I learned how to bullshit, and that's pretty
Hmm.
much what it is. I mean, that's what 90% of life is. You bullshit and you just kind of make it through and hope for the best. And sometimes your
100%.
bullshit turns into truth, and it's your truth.
Ugh. Put that on a shirt. You know
Right?
what? I don't want that on a shirt. I want that in a nice coffee mug. I want that in
There you
like a
go.
nice oversized coffee mug. All right,
I
those are
drink
my
that. I
three.
drink out of it. All right, here we go. This one's
I.
gonna be kind of turned it back. No, this is good. This is coming back
Mhm.
to the whole community thing. One of the things that pisses me off is when anybody says this phrase. I'm curious, what would you say to someone who says it to you? You know, that's a shame that this place closed. I wish I would have gone while they were open.
I think that's one of those. Well, I mean, I've heard it.
Hmm.
But I mean, all I've said at the time was like, well, yeah, then go. That's, I think looking back now, yeah, sometimes you can't get everywhere you want to go, and that's fine. But at the same time, there's something that has become very apparent to me again. Like the older I've gotten, right? Older advisor. The older I've gotten, the more this particular like phrase is sticking with me, and it's if it's important to you, you'll make it happen. If it
Yes.
isn't important to you, you'll put it on the back burner. If you have to put it on the back burner, that's 100% fine. Do what you need to do. But if it's important to you, and is it a person? Is it going to a place? Is it being involved in your community? Is it reading a book? Is it exploring a new hobby? Is it is it taking care of your mental health? Is it connecting with your family? Whatever these things are, if it's important to you, you will do it, right? That's it. If it's important to you, you will do it. And again, it can be as simple as like, well, God, yeah, I really wish I would have visited the shop. I wish you would have visited the shop too,
Exactly.
right? But
Right?
like, you didn't. And it's okay. Because either it didn't make it to the it is important, I'm going to make it happen list, or, life lifed. And
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, but
But
now
what could you
what?
have done? But what could you have done in
Yeah.
order to make that happen? So, like, I don't know. Do you keep a running list of places you want to go? I mean, I have so many lists. It's stupid, right? So, like, I'm a list maker, so I obviously am like, do you have a spreadsheet about all the places that you want to meet, um, or go to, or drink at, or whatever? Yeah. I think that's at the end of the day. If
It's
it's
a
important to you, you'll make it happen,
It's
right?
important, yeah. My mom used that phrase with me, like, if it means something to you, you'll make it happen, kind of
Right.
thing, right?
Right.
And that resonated with me for a long time.
Hmm.
So I agree with you. If you're thinking of
Yeah.
somebody, pick up the phone and call them.
Pick
If you
up
want
the
to go
phone.
eat, go to that restaurant and have one. Get a beer. Do whatever it is that you're thinking in that moment, because you don't know if you got it tomorrow. Who knows? Shit.
Absolutely. Speaking of community, let's
Life.
talk about the ways that people can join this community. This one
Heck
right here,
yeah.
this Everyday with K community. All right, so here's how you can be a part of our community.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You can follow on Facebook. You can like the page on Facebook. That's easy peasy. That takes 35 seconds. I'm sorry, 3 seconds. You can follow along on Instagram. You can subscribe on YouTube. That's super, super, super important. And then if you like something, you can put a little thumbs uppy. That takes exactly no time. That's one click. So we are on YouTube. You can follow the show on Spotify. That is something that you can
Follow
do.
that show.
Follow the show. You can follow the show now because this is where we're at. You can not only follow it on Spotify, you can follow it on Amazon Music, you can follow it on Audible, you can follow it on Apple Podcasts as well. So if there is a service that puts stuff into your ears, you can subscribe and follow and like and do that. You can comment, you can do all those things. While we're at it, if you really want to be part of the community, you can also go ahead and support the Kickstarter. It was my very first donor. You can support the Kickstarter. It's Everyday with Kay. Why do you need a Kickstarter for a podcast? Because doing things right takes some stuff and equipment and learning and subscriptions and all of the things. And I believe in what this is and what this is going to be. So I want to do it the right way. Um, yeah, we've talked about the Sugar Beet 10 year, so we know
Can I
how
jump
folks
in really
can.
quick with that, with the Kickstarter?
Yeah,
So everybody who's listening to this one, and I plan on, everybody that I know, I hope that's watching this. There's things that we want to do that we say we're going to do eventually, and we're going to get to it, and it's something we're passionate about. Everyone's doing that. But it takes a village to sometimes help people to do that. And you believe in it. You believe in it. You believe in her. You believe in what it is. Listen to the other episodes. Hear what it's all about. You like wine. You like beer. You like just hearing somebody dish about whatever. The thing is that sometimes someone is willing and able to do the things that we can't, and it's up to us to help support them. And it's okay. It's okay if it's only a couple, but it gives them the bonuses and the drive that they need to do that. So 100%. Pass this
I
on to somebody
appreciate.
else as well. Let them know.
I appreciate that. It's all about, you know what, we all have nets that we cast every single day. Every time we post something on social media, we cast a net and cast that net, baby.
Let's do it.
This has been incredible. In fact, hang on. After I hit stop, don't go anywhere. Um, but this has been great. This has been wonderful, and it's everything I hoped. I knew it would be very engaging. I knew it would, but it's been even better than I thought it would be, which is great. I mean, my little post-production thing is going to take 10 seconds, as long as it takes to smash subscribe. Um, right?
There you go.
All right, friends. That's gonna thank you. Thank you for all of this. This is
Thank
great. And
you.
as you like to say to everyone, or as you like to say to me sometimes, nothing but love for you, buddy.
There you go. Nothing but
Nothing
love
but
for you,
love.
buddy.
Nothing but love. Be cool, be kind, stay curious, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in.